Alright, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Very good morning to everyone. So, Alhamdulillah, Summa Alhamdulillah. So, today or this week, it's a week 9, right? Week 9, we welcome week 9 with a blessing from Allah. May Allah bless us till the end of the semester. Bless us with His wealth of wisdom, barakah, full of barakah in our life. Before we start, we recite a dua. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Ya Allah, Tuanku, kurniakan kami kefahaman para nabi, hafalan para rasul, ilham para malaikat muqarrabin, dan kurniakan kami kecerdasan akal fikiran kami, kecergasan tubuh badan kami, supaya kami dapat beribadah dengan lebih baik untuk ummah dan untuk Islam seluruhnya. Amin. Amin ya rabbal alamin. Allahumma inna nas'aluka ilman nafi'a wa rizqan tayyiban wa amalan mutaqabbala. Amin amin rabbal alamin. So today we are going to learn on the analysis of beam. Yeah, we want to know what is beam is all about and how we want going to analyze the beam. All right, so it's a bit straightforward, but I would like to get to you the basic first. Okay, get the idea why we need to analyze the beam. Okay, we want to know what is beam is all about. Okay, so beam is actually a structural member. It's a structural member. Okay, but before we go further, we get to know our structure first. These are the basic structure that we have available around us. That normally you will find this kind of structure. Okay, the structure may be in terms of building. Okay, in terms of building. Okay, in terms of building, or in terms of infrastructure. What does it mean by infrastructure? So infrastructure such as like a bridge, right? Bridge, like a highway, okay, like a dam. Okay, this is called infrastructure. If let's say it related to structure, normally we will recognize structure as a building. So these are the steel building. This is steel building. Okay, so you can see the form of the building, different shape. Okay, different shape, different size. Okay, different shape, different size. Okay, the form. Form tu maksudnya the bentuk. Bentuk of the structure. It can be a curved structure. It can be a very straightforward structure. Okay, it can be like like this library. Okay, this is in the Australia. In the Australia. Okay, you can this kind of library. It can be this kind of apa ni, is a bridge. Okay, you can see a structure bridge that connecting from this hill to the other hill. Okay, so we connect this the structure is made from a bridge. This structure is called a bridge. Okay, it's a concrete bridge structure. Normally kita akan panggil concrete bridge structure. Okay, kalau contoh this building kita panggil is a steel building contoh. Okay, kalau ni let's say this are made of concrete, so kita panggil concrete building. Okay, kalau let's say this is made of timber, kita panggil them timber building. Okay, so form of structure, it can be shaped, size, curve, straight, right? And it can be based on the material. Okay, material made of steel, tadi saya highlight, made of concrete, right? It can be made of a timber. Okay, it can bamboo. Boleh macam-macam type of materials. Okay, next. Alright, back to basics. Okay, back to basic. These are the normal kampung house that we have, right? Atuk nenek kita dulu duduk this kind of house dulu. Very simple, straightforward. Made of, kalau kita tengok sini, a simple one made of, apa ni? Made of wood, timber. Okay, kalau kita tengok ni nampak ni, this one. Okay, sebenarnya ni pokok kan, right? Pokok ni sebagai apa ni? Jadi pagar. Okay, pagar rumah, right? Nampak? Pokok apa ni, kayu ni juga, pokok kayu ni juga, kalau this one jadi tiang. Dalam bahasa Melayu kita panggil kiang, ataupun in English we call it as a column. Right? Nampak tak ni column? Ni column. This is our column. This is our column. Okay, this is our column. Nampak ni? Ni column tepi ni. This is our column. Okay. So normally kalau rumah kayu dulu, the column tu dia tak sampai tinggi, sampai to the top floor normally. Dia setakat sampai sini saja. Okay, rendah, very rendah. Maknanya manageable. Orang tak perlu a machine to construct a house. Macam tu. Okay. So you can see the column ni, it stops sampai sini. Nampak? It stops here. Right? Kalau nampak kalau column ni pun maybe dekat belakang ni ada lagi satu sampai atas ni. Okay, then this column. Okay, this column is connecting dengan ni kayu ni. Saya highlight kayu ni. Kayu ni kita panggil dia beam. Okay, kalau bahasa Melayu kita panggil alang. A-A-L-N-G. Alang. Alang rumah. Nampak ni alang rumah ni. Nampak ni. Beam. This is a beam. Very basic. Back to basic. Dah tahu kan basic structure dia ada beam. Okay. Kalau tengok ni beam. This is a beam. Okay. Right. Okay. Kalau kita tengok kat sini, normally beam ni, okay, beam ni is connecting dengan column. Okay, connecting dengan column. Okay, this column, right, connectingkan dengan beam. Okay, and then kita ada, and then we also have a, yang ni, structure, ni kita tak panggil structure lah. Kita panggil dia structure biasa saja, kita panggil dia wall. Okay, wall. Okay, wall dulu made of kayu juga. Made of kayu. Okay. Nampak tak? Tangga dia very simple. Tangga dia made of very simple tangga. Tapi very strong sampai hari ni. Nampak ni. You can see it's still standing up to date. Okay, basic tangga. Okay, so dia ada veranda. Ni veranda ni. So, lantai veranda ni. Okay, lantai veranda ni. Kita normally dalam bahasa Melayu, kita panggil dia sebagai slab. Dulu lantai kita dulu made of kayu. Okay, kadang-kadang dia made of buluh, batang buluh. Susun batang buluh tu. Okay, that's how rumah orang dulu-dulu. Simple. Right, faham? Okay. Yang penting dia apa? Selamat. Okay. Kalau boleh selamat sejahtera sepanjang hayat lah. Sepanjang zaman. Ni berzaman-zaman. Okay. This house still here. Okay. This is just introductory on a very basic, simple structure of a house. For this case, is a house. Okay. You ada wall. You ada slab. And then you ada beam. And then you ada column. Very basic. Okay. So normally kita punya column will be connecting the beam. And the beam. Okay. Normally dia akan. Okay. Okay. Beam ni. Right. This beam. Okay. Normally dia akan hold the load that comes from the slab. Dia akan hold the load that comes from the slab. Saya akan buat macam ni. dia akan hold. Right? Okay. So bila beam dah dapat the load that comes from the slab, and then beam ni akan transfer separuh-separuh kepada tiang, the next tiang, and then it will transfer to the ground. Okay. So dia akan disperse dekat ground. Dia akan disperse dekat ground. That's how it goes. So maknanya kalau load path, okay, keywords dan another keywords kita panggil load path. Okay. Right. Must be from the top. Oops. Okay. Must be from the top, okay, to the ground. Mesti macam tu. Mesti from the top to your ground. Okay. Load kalau daripada roof, okay. Roof ni dia akan transfer macam ni. Ni transfer sebelah. Okay, depending macam mana designer dulu design. And then dia akan transfer to the beam dekat atas ni. Sini sepatutnya ada beam lah. Okay. Dia akan load transfer pada beam. Beam akan transfer kepada column. Dan dia akan transfer to the ground. And then it will disperse to the ground. So these are the load path. Basic load path yang sepatut kita kena tahu. Okay. Next. Okay. Ni rumah Melayu dulu. Very basic. Okay, normally kalau design dulu, rumah-rumah lama dulu, normally dia akan design based on the climate. Okay, based on the climate. Okay, climate structure dulu macam mana. Okay, right. And then kalau kita tengok kat sini, normally dia ada ventilation. Nampak tak? Ventilated. Mesti ada ventilation. Sebab dulu tak ada orang kata teknologi yang canggih untuk ada kipas ke, elektrik ke, lampu elektrik, right? So they innovatively, creatively design the house such a way that the house is airy and have a good ventilation. Okay, so nampak tak ni? Ni contoh-contoh lah. And then kalau kita tengok yang ni, ada shading. Okay, sebab kita ada lights that comes from the sun. Okay. And then kau nampak ni perkataan dia lightweight construction. Okay, lightweight construction. Kenapa dia dulu-dulu guna lightweight? Because dulu there's no machine. Okay. No machine to ease the work of the designer ataupun the contractors dulu-dulu. Orang-orang lama, nenek moyang kita dulu tak ada mesin-mesin macam sekarang ni to ease our job. Okay. So kalau kita tengok dekat sini, I want to share you here is these are the column. Okay, ni column kita. Okay, kalau yang ni kita punya column. Right. And then kalau kita punya dekat bawah ni, okay, yang ni kita punya foundation. Tapi foundation dulu very simple. Kita panggil dia pack foundation. And then when the load that comes from the structure, dia akan disperse, the pack foundation will disperse to the ground. Okay, it was that way. So dulu foundation dulu dia expose. Okay, you boleh nampak. We boleh nampak the foundation. Okay, you can, it exposable. Right, kita tak tanam dalam ground. It's exposed. Dulu-dulu. Sebab dulu tak ada capability untuk korek tanam, untuk tanam you punya pack footing ataupun kita punya column into it. Right? So kalau kita tengok tiang dia nampak, you must have a very good size of, okay, size of column yang betul. Okay, supaya dia boleh hold, the load that comes from the wall. Okay, and then kalau kita tengok dekat sini, this is our beam. Okay, this is our beam. Okay, dia basic roof. Okay. Kalau kita tengok dia punya ni, so load from the beam ni will get the load that comes from the slab. Slab load, okay, oops, okay, akan transfer to the beam. Beam akan transfer to the column. So dia akan transfer to beam like that. Okay, contoh. Then dia akan transfer to the column. Ni column ni, ni column. Okay, separuh transfer sini, separuh dia akan transfer sini. And it will disperse to the ground. Okay, Right. I'll get you the idea of the load path. Okay, again saya repeat balik perkataan load path. Right. Okay, if you can see here, the column here, alright, it's holding the load that comes from the roof. Dia akan hold the load from the roof. Ni pun sebenarnya, okay, yang ni sebenarnya kat dalam ni ada column lagi. Okay, dia akan hold the load that comes from the beam. Okay, dekat atas ni ada beam. Okay, so the load will transfer down to the beam. Okay, and then automatically dia akan transfer to the tak tukar ya. Okay, to the column and it will disperse to the ground. Okay, so these are the basic okay load path yang you have to know and the basic structures. Okay, nombor 1, nombor 2, basic structure component. Apa basic structure component yang you kena tahu? Yang tadi saya dah highlight tadi. Column, beam, right? And then ada pad footing. Apa lagi ada lagi? What else do you have? Kita ada apa lagi? Okay. So kita ada apa lagi? Kita ada roof truss. Kat dalam ni ada roof truss. Okay. Roof truss. Okay. And then kita ada slab. Okay. These are the basic structure component of the house. Okay. And normally structure will be designed based on the climate. Highlight tu je. Okay. So the basic biasa-biasa okay, kalau kita tengok, these are the basic very beautiful and still standing. Kita tahu berapa ratus tahun rumah ni kayu masih elok So kalau kita tengok kat sini the component, okay, building component. Number 1. Number 2, the material. Okay. Number 3, the form of the structure. Okay, the form of the structure. Okay, yang tadi bulat ke. Kalau tengok sini, column ni is, kalau tengok by shape, dia bulat. Okay, kalau tengok kat sini, ni beam ni beam. Beam yang 7 hulu ni beam. So shape dia adalah square. Right? Ada lagi tak odd sizes? Tak ada So normally kalau rumah Melayu dulu either bulat ataupun square. Okay? Right? So these are the things that you need to know for a simple basic house. Okay. So these are space. Dia play dengan space dekat dalam satu section rumah. Okay. So space ni ada apa kalau kita tengok sini? Very nice space very cozy. Okay, kita tengok kat sini ada apa. Okay. So ni kita ada dekat atas ni kita panggil the ceiling. Okay. Ceiling. Okay. Dekat bawah ni kita panggil the floor. Okay. And this one kita panggil dia column. This one kita panggil dia beam. Okay. So beam tu yang mana, madam? Okay. Beam yang ni. Boleh highlight tu? Oh, tak nampak. Okay. Beam yang ni. Ni yang saya highlight ni. Semua ni beam. Ni kita panggil dia beam yang saya highlight ni. Ni semua kita panggil dia beam. Right? Kalau dekat tepi ni pun ni kita panggil dia beam. Tepi ni. Yang saya highlight ni. Dekat sini. Ini pun beam. Okay, belakang ni pun beam. Okay. So, beam sampai belakang ni. Ni beam. Okay. Belakang sini pun beam. Ni saya highlight ni. Semua beam. Okay. And the beam is hold by, okay, beam hold by this, ni apa ni? Column. Nampak tak? Beam mesti hold by a column. Saya highlight ni, column. Okay, yang saya highlight ni, column. Okay, normally column, right, connected dengan, ni sampai atas ni column dia connected dengan beam. Ni belakang ni pun column. Belakang ni column nampak? Ada berapa banyak column. Okay. And actually kat belakang ni juga, kat belakang ni juga is a beam ni. Sorry. Belakang ni pun beam ni. Kat belakang ni. Beam. Okay. Okay, itulah beam. Okay. Beam ni kita panggil dia beam, column, and then floor ni normally kita panggil dia sebagai slab. Okay, kita panggil dia sebagai slab ataupun kita panggil floor slab. Okay, floor slab. Kalau ni ceiling ni is made of timber, kita panggil timber ceiling. Macam tu je. Okay, timber ceiling. Okay. Right. And then yang ni kita panggil dia wall. Okay, wall. So this one kita panggil yang ni sebagai window. Okay, it's a glass window. It's a glass window. Okay. Yang saya highlight ni semuanya structure component. Okay, the one that I highlight is structure component. Okay. Right. Okay. Saya lepas tu number 1. Oops. Number 1. Number 2, kita nak tengok function. Function for each structure component. Okay. Function for each structure component. Okay. Right. Column. Okay. Column function dia adalah untuk apa? Okay. Column function dia untuk whole load. Okay. Whole load that comes from the beam. Okay. So, beam loading, okay, beam loading will transfer to the column section, right? Beam dekat sini, transfer dekat sini. Katalah ni 1, ni 2. So, dekat sini, meeting point kat sini is 1 loading dia, 1 campur loading nombor 2. Then, it will transfer down to the foundation lah kat bawah. Katakanlah this is the first floor, dia akan sampai dekat bawah. Okay, dia akan disperse to the ground. Okay, that is the function of column. Okay, kalau nak tengok column, this is also column. Okay, it's holding the, okay, it's holding the beam. Okay, it's holding the beam. Sebenarnya, holding the beam. Okay, sama juga dekat belakang ni. Okay, it's holding the beam. Okay, tak nampak Okay. Alright. Function of the column. 1. Saya dah highlight column. Number 2, function beam. Okay. Function of the beam is to transfer. Okay. Function of the beam is to transfer. Okay. Transfer. Okay. Tadi column whole. Beam transfer. Loading that comes from the floor slab ataupun from the timber ceiling, for example. Kalau contoh, kalau timber ceiling ni, dia akan transfer macam ni, separuh. Katalah saya ambil, okay, let's say this is my space, space ceiling saya. Okay, so saya akan cut separuh. Separuh akan transfer dekat this slab. Okay, slab lah beam. Separuh lagi akan transfer to the others, to the other beam. Okay, sama juga dengan floor slab ni. Okay, floor slab ni. Okay, kalau saya buat space macam ni, okay, saya fokus di space. Okay, floor slab ni selalunya dia akan bahagi 2 macam ni. Dia akan transfer macam tu. Okay. Right. Bermaksudnya, okay, bermaksudnya dekat bawah kolom kan, sebab beam is connected dengan kolom kan. Ni kolom, ni kolom, ni kolom. So dekat bawah ni, nampak tak ni? This one. Okay. This timber yang bawah ni is actually your beam. Dia akan transfer to your beam. Ni nampak ni. Sebenarnya kat sini, right, the whole stretch here, okay, yang ni saya shade ni is your beam. Okay, alright. So beam will transfer the load that comes from your slab. Okay, function slab apa function slab? Slab is to hold the machine, to hold the load that comes from the cabinet, the people, from the from the bookshelf, okay, from anything. Okay, dia akan transfer load kepada slab. Slab akan transfer load kepada beam, transfer load kepada column. Okay, right? How about wall? Kebetulan kat sini kita ada wall kan? Okay, this is our wall. Okay, this is our wall. So automatically wall kita ni akan transfer down like that. Okay, and then dia akan transfer normally dekat bawah wall. Okay, normally dekat bawah wall ni, okay, beneath the wall selalunya ada, okay, ada beam. Okay, so beam akan transfer load kepada column. Okay, so saya tulis balik. Okay, right, slab, beam, okay, then dia pergi ke column. Okay, that's how it flows lah, the flows of the load path. Okay, so kalau tengok dekat sini window glass ni, okay, the load will transfer downwards macam tu. Okay, after that, sekejap, 1 minute. Okay, so after that the load will transfer dekat bawah. Okay, beam dekat bawah ni, beam dekat bawah ni, dekat bawah ni ada beam. Okay, bawah ni ada beam. Okay, alright, so these are the basic structure of structure lah. Okay, but today our topic, we want to see the beam analysis. Okay, kita dah tahu dah beam function, kita dah tahu dah beam tu kat mana dia duduk. Okay, how it been transfer the loading, dia connected dengan apa. Okay, dan kita nak tengok further, okay, the form of the beam. Okay, kalau tengok sebelum ni, right, kalau kita tengok the form of the beam sebelum ni, okay, kalau kita tengok dekat sini, okay, the form of the beam is a straight, kan? Okay, okay, is a straight form, very segi empat macam tu, kan? Okay, tapi kalau kita tengok wall ni, okay, beam ni beam okay, beam dia menyengit macam tu, dia menyengit macam tu, nampak tak? Okay, dia tak semestinya horizontally straight like that. Okay, beam ni boleh juga dalam bentuk diagonal. Okay, diagonal. Okay, either dia dalam in a form of horizontal ataupun diagonal. Okay, dia boleh dalam bentuk diagonal form. Okay, this is called beam. Okay, beam. Nampak tak beam dia connect dengan apa? Okay, so your beam is connected dengan apa? So dia connected dengan column. So dia encase, the beam ni is actually encased dekat dalam column. Ni column you. Column saya macam ni contohnya. Okay. Okay. So, right. So this is my column. Okay, they encase together. Okay. So bila ada column ni bermaksud dekat atas ni, dekat top ni ada beam. Dia connected dengan beam. Okay. So normally yang ni kita panggil dia column. Okay. So column normally dia dalam bentuk vertical. Dia dalam bentuk vertical form. Okay, vertical. Okay, menegak macam tu. Okay, normally ada tak column dalam bentuk diagonal? Ada juga. Ada juga column dalam bentuk diagonal. Dia tilt sikit macam tu. Ada je. Okay, nanti kita tengok ada column dalam bentuk diagonal. Okay, lepas tu dia spread. Okay, sebelum ni kita dah ada tengok structure-structure kita dalam bentuk column dalam bentuk diagonal. Okay, so you can see here. Okay, what we can see here. Alright, so this is your roof. Ni sebenarnya dekat Senegal. Okay, so the roof wheel will be transferred the load to your beam. Dia akan transfer load pada beam. Okay, dia akan transfer load pada beam. Okay, right? Nampak tu? Dia akan transfer load. Ni terus connected to your column lah. Then dia akan transfer load kepada ground. Okay, that's how it goes lah. So ni you punya column. Okay, boleh alright. So I want to expose to you, alright, here my beam. Okay, my beam. My beam can be in a horizontal form. It can be in a diagonal form. So as my column can be a vertical form atau a diagonal form. Okay, right? Right, next. Okay, lepas tu saya nak tunjuk kat you pula. These are the basic structure yang ada dekat dalam dekat, this is actually library. Ni library ni dekat Tokyo ni dekat Tokyo. Library Tokyo. Okay, so dekat sini saya nak highlight apa ni? Okay, what I want to highlight here is so this is your column. Okay, ni column. Right, this is your column. Okay, nampak tak? Very wide space. Okay, as high of I think 3 story. Okay, so this is your ground. Okay, so yang ni first floor. Yang ni dekat sini is second floor. Dekat sini. Okay, kalau sini semua second floor. Kalau sini semuanya first floor. Nampak? Second, first. So this is your ground. Okay, right? So nampak tak? Dia play dengan apa? Height. Okay, dia play dengan height of ceiling. So you can see here yang saya cakap tadi, your column tadi. Your column tu tak semestinya dalam bentuk vertikal. Dia tak semestinya dalam bentuk vertikal macam ni. Dia boleh tilt macam ni, nampak ni, Masya Allah, panjangnya kayu dia. Nampak ni? Dalam bentuk tilt. Sedikit tilt. Okay. Okay. Dia sengit sikit. Tilt. Okay. Tilt. Okay. Yang ni kolom dia menegak. Tak nampak sangat saya punya ni. Tengok warna-warna biru okay. Right. And then kalau saya cakap tadi, kalau kolom mesti connected dengan beam. Kat mana beam dia? Beam saya dekat sini. Okay. Beam saya dekat sini. And I want to highlight here is the beam tak semestinya straight. Okay. Beam can be a curve beam. Dia boleh jadi curve beam. Macam dekat beam yang kat sini. Ni beam kat sini is actually curve. Dia curve. Dia bukan straight. It's a curve beam. Okay. I want to expose to you the form of a beam, form of a column. Okay. Right. Macam mana loading being transferred? Jom kita tengok macam mana loading being transferred. So the loading will be being transferred daripada roof truss ni. Nampak tak roof truss ni? Dia transferred kepada you punya beam. And then beam ni akan transferred kepada you punya column macam tu. Separuh-separuh. And then dia akan transfer ke bawah. Okay, saya tukar color. And then dia akan transfer the loading ke bawah ground. Okay, dia akan transfer ke ground. That's how it works lah. Okay, so the loading that comes from the roof truss. Okay, yang ni kita panggil dia roof truss. This is a roof truss. Roof truss ni dia akan transfer loading. Macam contoh yang ni dia akan transfer loading terus connect kepada column. Okay. Tapi roof truss ni dia akan transfer pada your punya beam. Okay. Right. Yang ni kita panggil dia beam. It's a curved beam. Ni beam. Okay. So it's actually, alright, actually the floors ataupun the slab will be carried heavy loads that comes from the bookshelf and also from the books. Okay, dekat sini ada slab. Kalau tengok kat sini floor dekat bawah ni, okay, floor dekat bawah ni, right, floor dekat bawah ni, saya buat macam ni ni nampak ni, okay, these are all floor. Okay, floor ni kita panggil dia floor slab. Okay. Okay, very high load, very high load floor slab. Okay, so that is I exposed to you. It can be any form of shape. It can be a curve. It can be a straight beam. It can be a straight column. It can be a tilt column, right? Next, okay. Tadi kalau saya tengok tadi, okay, kalau kita reverse sikit, yang ni is made of reinforced concrete. Kita boleh tahu dia made of concrete. Macam mana saya tahu dia concrete? So concrete sifat dia macam ni lah. These are concrete. Okay. The next structure tadi kita tengok, this is made of timber. Ni made of timber. The structure component ni made of timber. Right. Next kita ada another structure. Ni structure ni made of steel. These are steel structure. Okay. Kalau tengok steel structure ni, very complicated and very creative kalau tengok. The designer. Kita tengok designer ni. Kalau kita tengok yang ni, this one. Okay. Yang ni ada made of glass, made of steel. Right. Ada made of timber. And then you tengok ni column ni. These are the actually column. Tengok column ni transferred. Loading macam tu. Nampak tak? Ni dia punya bayang dia. Tilt macam ni. And then dia ada jumpa satu one big column here. Okay, dia transfer macam tu. Okay. Kalau yang ni kita panggil column ke? Ni kita panggil column lah. Straight column. Okay. So, I want to show you the column. It can be any form of column. Right? So, nampak tak dalam ni? Ni pun column ni, panjang ni. Tapi dia dalam bentuk a straight column. Okay, it's a straight column. Okay. So, yang ni tak. Yang ni kita panggil dia diagonal column. Right? Okay. So, ni saya expose to you how the straight column looks like. How the diagonal ataupun tilted column looks like. Alright. Kalau kita tengok dekat sini yang ni the very mechanic punya column. Ni. Nampak ni. Ni apa function ni? Kenapa ada ni? Ni. Dia design ni bukan saja-saja dia ada design macam ni. Okay. Yang ni kita panggil dia bracing. Okay. Kita panggil dia bracing member. Okay. Right. Bracing member daripada apa function dia? Untuk okay. Untuk tahan ataupun sustain the building from sway. Sway. Building ni tend to sway. Sway, contoh dia akan sway to the left and sway to the right. So, kalau kata left and right, so this bracing member will take up this force. Dia akan eliminate this force. Ataupun dia akan cancel off the forces. Sway forces. Sway forces ni can comes from loading dia boleh datang daripada wind, okay, wind loading ataupun daripada earthquakes. Okay, earthquakes. Right, earthquakes punya vibrations. Earthquake vibration kita panggil. Right. So kalau kita tengok dekat sini di kolom ni kan kolom ni dia punya fasad dia ada ni, nampak tak diagonal macam tu. Okay, yang ni pun kita panggil dia bracing. Ni nanti you akan belajar further bracing tu apa. Okay, so these are contoh of steel member, steel structure. Okay, so next kita ada want to show you this Kejap lupa nak delete. Okay. Okay, so these are concrete concrete structure. Right, so these are concrete structure. Okay, saya panggil dia concrete structures je. Okay, so concrete structures kalau kita tengok kat sini kalau dari sisi from the other side these are the column. Dan saya nak tunjuk you these are the beam ni, yang beam yang slanting ni, nampak tak? Okay, right. Okay, ini normal structure lah. Normal structure yang normally kita akan ada straight column dan connected dengan ni, kita panggil yang ni beam. Okay, ni kita panggil dia beam. Okay, yang ni kita panggil dia column. Okay, bila beam campur dengan column kita panggil dia frame. Frame maksudnya ada column campur dengan beam, campur lagi sebelah column, kita panggil dia frame. Frame macam frame gambar, tapi kita panggil dia frames. Concrete frame structure. Okay, kalau yang ni, lukisan yang ni dia akan bentuk frame dia macam mana? Dia akan bentuk macam ni lah. Okay, contohnya. Okay, contohnya satu tegak macam tu, satu tegak macam ni, and then frame dia it goes like that. Okay, katalah this is dia punya ground dia. Okay, so these are the ground. Okay, macam tu. So beam saya macam ni. Okay, my column. Okay, and then dia akan transfer kepada ground. Okay, that's how it works. Okay, alright. Kat sini I want to expose to you the flow of the loading. So loading akan transfer going down like that ke bawah macam tu. Dia akan transfer ke bawah. Okay, dia akan transfer separuh macam tu. Dia akan transfer macam tu separuh. Separuh transfer like that. Okay, then dia akan transfer to the column ke bawah. Okay, kalau saya lukis kat sini, dia akan transfer macam tu. Dia akan disperse to the ground. Right, dia akan disperse to the ground. Okay, next kita ada steel structure. Tadi ada concrete structure, now kita ada steel structure. Okay, so steel structure, framing system structure. Okay, okay, dia ada ini dia ada column. Oh, tak nampak. Buat color kuning Okay, so dia ada column. Column nampak ni, column, and then dia ada beam. Ni beam. Okay, so this is your beam. Okay, yang ni you punya column. Okay, ni beam you. Okay, the one yang slanting sikit tu, okay, yang slanting sikit macam tu, yang ni kita panggil dia bracing. Okay, these are called bracing. Ni pun kita panggil dia bracing. Madam, bila kita nak belajar basic bracing ni is very special member. You tak belajar dalam design dalam degree program maybe yang ni is actually specialized yang specialist yang design right. Okay, alright, kalau tengok kat sini I want to show you here this part. Ni kolom kita, ni beam. Okay, nampak ni pun kita panggil dia beam. Yang ni pun kita panggil dia beam. Right? Beam saya kalau steel structure, dia boleh bermacam-macam shape yang hollow. Kenapa madam dia ada design macam ni? Kenapa kenapa dia ada hollow kat tengah-tengah tu? Kalau saya lukis dia dalam bentuk section, dia akan bentuk macam ni. Okay? Dia akan bentuk macam tu. Kenapa akan bentuk macam tu? Sebab dia nak apa? Purpose dia. Okay? Yang ni hollow ni. Hollow ni, bila kita hollow, kita cut the section, maknanya kita punya weight akan jadi rendah. Okay? Dia akan reduce your weight. Bila reduce weight, maknanya column you kat sini boleh jadi take up small size. Okay. So, bila small size, you punya foundation you nanti akan jadi kecil. So, bila kecil, okay, bila dia small, meaning that, meaning that you punya cost not that costly. Okay, dia akan reduce the cost. That's the idea. Kalau tengok kat sini, very slim column. Okay, very slim column. Kenapa slim column? Okay, dia dah design dah kat atas ni is a light weight materials dia pakai. Okay, dia pakai lightweight materials. Right? That's the idea. So, kalau steel, okay, kalau steel beam kita tak panggil dia lightweight material. Okay, kalau steel beam ni kita tak lightweight. Dia heavy material lah. Normally yang ni dia cast dekat factory lah. Factory yang design ni. Dia akan keluar sebiji-sebiji. Okay, dan dia bawa dekat in situ, dekat site. Dan dia akan cantum-cantumkan macam Lego. Right? Okay, ini beam. Ni beam. Okay, so saya nak tunjuk kat you juga. The beam is not solid beam. It can be also a hollow and a design type. Like this hollow beam. Hexagon hollow size. Shape. Okay. Next. Kita ada apa? Kita ada apa lagi? Dekat sini. Kita ada yang ni. What I want to show you here is actually the space. Okay. So, bila you nak design something, architect you want to design, dia play dengan space. Bila nak main dengan space, dia perlukan a proper location of a column. Okay. A proper size of beam. Okay. Size, location. Okay. And then dia perlukan material yang betul to have a very spacious size like this. Okay. Kalau tengok kat sini, you punya column is made of timber. Right. But here, your column is made of concrete. Nampak? So, ada flexibility dekat situ. Dia ada combination of the column and timber macam tu. Apa ni? Concrete column and also timber. It's about aesthetic. Okay, yang ni kita panggil aesthetic. Nak nampak cantik lah. Okay, nak nampak cantik. Right? So, these are the timber construction. Kalau timber selalunya dia boleh play dengan space. Okay. So, this is your beam. Okay, yang ni you punya beam. And this is your column. Okay. Nampak So, I want to show you that. Okay, next. Okay. So, these are beam. Okay. So, ni is beam. Yang ni you punya column. Okay. So, the beam ni, the being splice ataupun being connected dengan steel connectors. Ni steel. Steel connectors ataupun steel plate. Okay. Steel plates. And kalau kita tengok dekat sini, okay, betul-betul betul-betul size of this one is actually is a pin. Pin It's a pin. It's a bolt. Okay, it's a bolted pin. Okay. Splice kat situ. Okay. Connected dengan adalah dia punya mechanism dia. Okay. Macam mana dia connect. So kita belajar last week, kita ada connection, pin connection, ada fixed connection. So kalau bolted connection is kita panggil dia sebagai pin connection. Okay, yang ni kita panggil dia sebagai pin connection. Kita dah belajar lah last week ya. At least you get some idea what is connection, what is beam, right? What is frame. Okay, kalau tengok dekat sini, right, the whole thing kita panggil dia timber frame. Okay, timber frame. Okay. Kalau you perasan nanti you google nanti, you dah kerja nanti in a construction punya construction punya method of construction. Nanti kalau kita tengok dekat sini, saya nak tengok tu, nak bezakan you antara beam dengan lintel. Sometimes people say that this is beam lah, ini bukan. Lintel tu apa? Okay, lintel tu yang ni, yang ni. Okay, these are lintel. Okay, lintel. Lintel. Okay, lintel ni made of concrete lah. Concrete, the cast concrete dekat situ. So function of lintel to hold load from your bricks. Sebelum, okay, selalunya location dia sebelum dekat door frame. Sebelum dekat door frame. Ni you punya door frame kan? Ni door frame. Okay. Right. So these are your door frame. Yang ni door frame you. Dia dah buat siap-siap. So atas door frame ni selalunya you ada lintel. Okay. So normally atas door frame ni ada lintel. So beam dia duduk mana? Okay. Beam is this one. Okay, beam yang ni. Ni beam. Okay, ni beam. Right, this is your beam. Beam ni connected dengan apa? Kan kita dah bagi tahu tadi sebelum ni, dia connected dengan column. Okay, just extra sikit untuk you. So you get some idea. Okay, so nanti balik nanti you buat exercise sikit on what is the keywords yang you dapat daripada session kita tadi. Alright, kita stop for 1 or 2, 3 minutes or 5 minutes. Nanti you continue after 5 minutes. Okay? Alright, so take a break for 5 minutes. Okay, thank you. Assalamualaikum.